What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another rugby video on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the possibility of South Africa joining the Six Nations. Yes, you heard that right, and it is a real strong rumour going around right now, so let's go ahead and get into the video. Welcome back to another rugby video. Please make sure you go ahead and smash that like button to show your support for the channel, and if you are new, please go ahead and subscribe. We upload rugby videos every single week guaranteed, so please click the notification button so you don't miss out. Okay, so it was literally lately it was a strong confirmation that South Africa could possibly join the Six Nations after the 2023 World Cup. Now, personally, I think it's an interesting point to look at. I mean, if you look at it from a rugby point of view, it would be pretty awesome, and then it would become the Seven Nations. Italy would remain in the competition. That has been confirmed. But another interesting fact then is, what would you do with the Southern Hemisphere? Would that then kind of destroy the point of the Rugby Championship, or would they introduce other teams, probably Japan, into the Rugby Championship? That would be then. But then looking at it, the way I look at it, I'm kind of for the idea. I think it would be quite cool to see South Africa join the Six Nations and turn it to the Seven Nations. And I also think it would kind of up the quality of rugby in general. But my only point is, how come all of a sudden South Africa can join it? Whereas we had the likes of Georgia, Romania, Spain, Belgium, they all really wanted to join the Six Nations, even Russia as well, sorry. And it was always never opening space for them. They always said, oh yeah, we got to keep the competition the same, it's traditional, and we shouldn't add any more teams. Relegation, maybe should add that. And then all of a sudden South Africa want to join the Six Nations, and then somehow it's like a possibility. It doesn't really make much sense from kind of like a passionate Six Nations watcher myself. Like, don't get me wrong, I think it would be amazing to see South Africa in the Six Nations. I think it would be a really cool point. I think it would kind of upgrade the whole attacking play of rugby in general. But like I said, my only issue is, like, it's not really fair on the other teams then, is it? Like, we've had Georgia and everybody wanting to join this tournament, and they were never allowed. So, like, that's my only key point, I think. And personally, I think it wouldn't really be fair. And then with the Southern Hemisphere, you'd have Japan then joining them, or Fiji. And then I think it would just be sheer dominance by New Zealand all the time then. And I think with South Africa joining the Six Nations, I think it would kind of like, the European teams would then be pretty good to play against, because you're constantly playing them year in, year out. Whereas then Japan, it would probably improve Japan's rugby, because then if they joined the Rugby Championship, they'd be playing New Zealand year in, year out. And it would be a good thing for Japan, considering how they played against everybody else in the Rugby World Cup in 2019. So I think it would be quite cool. But then, on the other hand, Japan, it's such a long way to travel. I think I spoke about this in a previous video. It's like, isn't it over 20 hours or something, a flight from Japan down to New Zealand? So it is pretty far. And I think it is quite long to get from Japan to Argentina as well. You'd think it would be quite short, but I'm pretty sure it's not. So, again, traveling would be a massive point to take into the whole situation of it. I can understand with South Africa, the time difference is very similar to European time zone, hence why the Kings and the Cheetahs play in the Pro 14. But any other point, I just don't really understand why this has come about all of a sudden, because South Africa do well in the Rugby Championship, and with the Rugby Championship being like such a strong supporting tournament, I can't really understand where this has come from. And I also, like, as I said, my main point is I can't understand the fact of saying no to every team, but at the moment South Africa come along, it's like, oh yeah, come join us. I think it's really unfair. But like I said, if that is all taken into account, and if it is true and it does happen, I mean, I'm not going to go against it. I mean, I would love to see Springboks. I would love to be playing them year in, year out, watching Wales and everything. But hey, it is what it is. Make sure you guys let me know in the comment section what you think of this. Would you want to see South Africa join the Six Nations and then make it the Seven Nations? Let me know in the comment section. It would be an interesting point to see. And I'd love to see what my South African fans think of this. Would you want to join the Six Nations, or would you rather stay in the Rugby Championship? Let me know in the comment section. And yeah, guys, without further ado, that's going to be the end of today's video. I hope you have enjoyed. Please make sure you go ahead and leave a like down below to show your support. And like I said, let me know what you think of this. Would you want to see it? Are you completely against it? Do you think it shouldn't be messed with? Or do you think it's not fair on the European teams? Let me know. If you aren't already, please go ahead and subscribe as well. We upload rugby videos every single week, guaranteed, covering things like this and doing Rugby 20, Rugby Challenge 4 video games, as well as covering rugby history and stuff in the past as well. So stay tuned for all that, and like I said, please go ahead and subscribe and click that notification button so you don't miss out on any of our uploads. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I've been Andrew. I will see you in another episode. Peace out, guys.